Okay, then let's start the class. I said right earlier, I have shared the link of the WhatsApp group in the chat box. Okay, uh, join everybody through this link and send that link to your class members or to your friends. Okay, let them join with this WhatsApp group so that in that group we will share all the recording links. Okay, now I think yesterday class was got disturbed, and today in the previous class, like we have discussed about the program structure and the output statements, and in the yesterday's class actually we need to discuss about the variables, data types, and the output statements. So I will explain those in today's class. Okay, let me share my screen window. Okay, 1 second. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, is my screen visible to everybody? Let me know through the chat, Nana. Is my screen visible and am I audible to everybody? Yes, yes. Okay. Now, see, in the previous class, we have seen about this pro project structure like package declarations and class declaration and the main method. Okay. Here we have declare. Okay, in the previous classes. Now today we will discuss about the variables and what are the data types. Okay, and what are the input statements. 1 second. This is day 2. Now, okay, okay, we have declared the class, and now today we will discuss about variables. The variables which are nothing but, like, I will delete all those things and I will delete this also. Okay, and these are all the data types, and first I will explain about the data types, what are the data types and all those things, and I will delete all those things. Okay, now, okay, see, this is our main method. Inside main method we will write all our input statements and the output statements. Now before that we will discuss about the data types. What are the data type actually? Okay, the data types are nothing but the data type will specify the size and the type of the variable it holds. Okay, means here I said earlier, right, variables, the variables are nothing but it's a location that holds a value. Memory location that holds a value means if I give an a, like a equals to 50. Okay, a equals to 50. Here in this is in a value. Okay, this is a 50 is in a value, and this is in a variable. Okay, a is in a variable where the memory location of that 50 value is there, like this is in a variable. Okay, and the data types are what type of a variable it is storing, like this is a number, right? So for the number we will use the integer. Okay, for number we will use the integer. This is called as a variable, and this is the data type. Data type means it specifies the size and the type of variable it holds. Okay, it specifies the variable size. Okay, here the data will be initialized, the memory location for that, memory A memory. Okay, a memory is 4 bytes. Okay, because here integer. Okay, in the data types we have two different types, which are nothing but primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types are like arrays and string. Those are all will comes under non-primitive data types. But in the primitive data types, that we have different. Okay, in primitive data types, we have some data types like around 8 built-in primitive data types, which are nothing but in byte, short, long, int. Okay, these are all the data types. Okay, these have different sizes and memories it holds. For integer, it will allocate the 4 bytes of energy, like 4 bytes of memory, and for the long, it allocates 8 bytes of memory. For float, where we use a decimal values, it allocates 4 bytes, and same decimal double. Okay, it will allocate 8 bytes of memory. So like this, we can initialize the data types to our variables. Okay, initializing, this is called as an initialization process, like initializing the value to certain variable, now this is about the data types, and we have different types of variables now. Okay, as I said earlier also, the variable is nothing but is a memory location to hold the value, and this is a type which declares a variable is in which type, like it is in the integer or it is in the string. Like see, here I has stored the number, so I'm declaring it as an integer. What if I want to store in a string? String is nothing but it's in a sentence or in a word. Okay, characters like a name as some same, we give it as in a Java. Okay, this is a type of a string. So here this is in a variable. This is a variable name. Okay, name is a variable name. Like and we need to set what data type actually the name is storing. What data type is actually name is storing. What is a value and what is a type. So for the type, we need to declare it as a string. Okay, it is in a type of a string, so I'm giving the string data type. What if I want to store in a decimal value, like for a grade? So okay, my grade mostly like 7.0. Okay, so what you will declare, if you want to declare this, which data type you will declare? So for me, I will use as a float. Okay, and again it's showing me error. I use correct type because for the decimals we have to use the float. But here again I'm showing the error because here we need to use the F. Okay, for decimal values, and this is called the data type, and this is called as a variable. So for different type of values, we have different data types. Okay, the variable, but variable is the same. Like variable, it stores a value, and the type will tells the what type of data is storing by the variable. Okay, now I said right, I said like variables are like three types. Okay, which is nothing but local variables, instance variable. Okay, instance variable and static variables. Instant variables and static variables. Instance variable means, like I will come with a local variable. The local variable, it will declare inside a method or a block. Like see, this is a main method. Okay, and this is an entire block. When you initialize a value, like here see, here I have initialized integer a equals to 50, and here I will initialize one another value, integer b equals to some 25 value. Okay, now see, if I initialize this value and I want to print this value in our console. Okay, see what will it happen. What if we want to print that value in outside of this method, by using system. Okay, to print any data to our console, we will use the system. we call it as a output statements. Okay, out dot print ln, and I will take it as b. See, it giving me error. Okay, the scope of this variable will lies inside this method only. Okay, the scope of this b variable, it will be included in the scope of this method itself. What if I use this, and I will use this here? See, here it giving, we are not getting any error. Why? Because the variable is declared in the method and we are calling that variable inside this method itself. So this is not giving error. So this variable, we will call it as a local variables. Okay, local variables are fixed for any method or a block of a code. These are called local variable initializations. Okay, now another variable what we have, instance variable. Instance variable is declared inside the class, but outside any method or a constructor or a block, we can use that instance variable. Instance variable is example is here itself. Here we have declared certain values. Okay, here we declared integer a equal to 50, string name, but it is inside the class itself. Instance variables also we need to declare inside the class, but we can use that in not only in the method but outside the method also we can print that variable. So this is the best example for the instance variables. Instance variables. Okay, see, here I have declared the name and I will call that inside this method. Let me, okay, system dot out dot print ln, and I will call that a name variable. Okay, what it's showing, print ln. Cannot make static difference to not. Okay, sorry. So I think this is the object we need to create that, and here we'll use this ln name. Oh, sorry. Now we will, this is actually static variables. Okay, we can declare inside the class and we can declare within a static keyword, so shared among all the objects of the class. Like before the static variable we need to declare the keyword as a static, so that here we can use that system. Here I get the error, right? So for that I have to use the static keyword and I can use it here. See, because the static keywords declare with a static keyword. Okay, so it can be shared among all the objects of this class. Like this is in a class and we can share it along with all the methods. But instant variables are nothing but uh, here I given without initialization. Okay, these are called initialize, this is called an instance variables. Like without giving any value, that we can dynamically use that to initialize the value. Okay, in any method or in any constructor, automatically it gets its own copy. Now these are variables, these are the different types of variables. This is a static variable, this is the instance variables, and this is a local variables. Okay, these are the variables and these are the data types. Data types means which specifies the size and the type of variable it holds. Okay, this variable holds an integer type, this holds a string type, and this will holds a float data types, and it has a different memories. Okay, it will allocate the different memories for different data types. And everyone, yeah. And next we will, like, data types are important. Okay, Data types are very important, like when we add one more thing, like if see without initialization, okay, like see I will give the value here, and here I will not give any value. Okay, here here I have given the, here I have taken the value, but here I didn't given any value. Now when I try to print this, see I will run this program, run as, see here I am getting 25 because here I initialize the local variable b equals to 25, so I am getting the 25 answer. And the next one is here I am getting the null value because here I didn't initialize any value, but by default it allocating me as a null. So for same for I will use this static, and here with a static integer, and I will call here a, and again I will run this program, see what it will want without initialization. Okay, here I didn't given any value for the a, and I will run this program again, and the what is the default value for that integer, we will see it now. I have given any value, I didn't given any value, right? See here, by default, it giving me as a zero value for the A. Okay. So if you didn't give any values, any initialization values for the variables, so based on the type of that variable, it will allocate the different values. Okay. It will allocate the different values, and for the byte, integer, I will share the document. Okay, all these will be in the document also. Byte, short, integer, long, it will allocate as a 0 by default. Integer, long, byte, all these data types. Okay, all these are the data types, so these are all by default value it will be 0. Okay, and for the integers, okay, like for the float and double, those are the decimal values, right? It stores the decimal values, and for those are zero point 0. This is a default value. The Java will allocate the value as a 0.00, and for the characters, all those things. Okay, now why I'm saying this important means it will tells a, it will explains to the compiler this type of data is stored in this variable, so it allocates a memory. Based on this type, it will allocate the variables memory. Okay, now, okay, in the previous classes we have discussed about the output statements. Okay, we have, this is the output statement, right? To print the data to our console, we use this output statements. Now what if I need to take the data from the user? Like user means if I want to take the data from this console. Okay, to take data from this console, we will use the input statements. Input statements allows user to interact with our program. It will allows the user to interact with our program. Like see here, now I will delete all those things. Okay, I think I have created another program. See here, I have created another program. Okay, and I will delete all those things, and I will explain to you. See, in the we are in the basic package, and I have created one input program. Okay, to explain about the input statements. Input statements, we use input statements to take the input from the user, so it allows us to take the it allows us to interact with our program. Okay, now for that, okay, instead of art, like instead of giving values there, we will give the values at the runtime. Okay, for this we will use the scanner class. Same, those are the predefined classes. So for that classes, if you want to use a scanner class, we need to import that package. In the program structure classes, I explained, right? To import, we have to use the import statements like import java dot util dot scanner, util dot scanner. Okay, this is a import statements to use a scanner class. Import statements. Okay, and this is a scanner class. Now we are done with the import statement, so it will import all the scanner classes in our program. Now we need to create this scanner class object. To create this class object, we will use the class name, okay, and the class name and the object, okay, goes to new scanner, okay, the class name, and inside that we will take the system dot in input stream. Okay, now this will allow us to take the input from this console. Okay, by using this object we can take the input. Okay, here we have different methods to, like, by using this object we can, okay, we can use all these methods. Okay, I will explain some methods like, okay, here I'm creating the object, creating the object of scanner class. Okay, scanner class. Next, now I will explain about some methods. We have basic methods in this. One is like if you want to take the input in the numbers like integers from the user, so you need to use this method, which is nothing but next int method. If you want to take the numbers as a data from the user, so you can take it as next int method for integers. Okay, for integers, and for the strings we have to take this next line. Mostly we use this methods for strings. Okay, and for decimal values we will use it as the next float. Okay, for decimals. Okay, these are all the methods we will use to take the input from the user based on the what is the input we require. If we require the integers input, so we will use this next integer. If you want to take the data in the strings, we will use this next line method. If you want to take the data from user in the decimals, so we will use this next float. So I will explain some small example here so that we will use how we can use that. So if we want to take the input from the user, what is the what input actually you're asking to the user, it has to display to the user so that he can enter the data. Based on our output, he will enter the data in our console. So for that, to display the user, I'm using the output statement as, like, here I will ask him to enter your name. Okay, I'm asking him to enter your name. I'm using the system.out.println and asking him to enter your name. Now I will run this program. See, one second, run as Java application. Okay. See, here it asking me the enter your name. And when I when I am entering my name, it doesn't taking any value. See, I am typing here, but it doesn't taking any value. Why? Because here we said to enter the value, but we didn't use the scanner object. Here when the user try to enter the data, we need to take the data. So by using this object like sc, see here, sc dot, we here he will enter his name in the string, so we will take it as the next line. Okay, next line. And see, now the name will be in this object, and I will store that in this string name equals to. Okay, or if you get confused, let me. Okay, now this is the way it will take the input, and we have to store that name in one variable, right? So for that reason I am taking one variable and the type it as, and the type of the variable as a string. So whatever the user enters his name, and it will get stored in this name variable. And again we will see what name he has entered. We will print that out to this. Now as I'm saying hello, I will print his name. Okay, see here I am concatenating. Okay, here I'm concatenating the string and the value here. So for that I have to use the plus symbol here. This is called the concatenation, string concatenation, string concatenation. Okay, string concatenations. Now we will run this program, and here we are using both the statements, input statements and the output statements. See here asking me to enter your name, and I'm printing the Rakesh name. And when I click on the enter, see it's showing me hello Rakesh. Okay, now first it asking me to enter your name. When I enter that name, by the scanner object, it taking my input and it's stored in the name variable. And after he entering the end, entering his name, it displaying me this by using the output statement hello string. This is string I'm using in, like a static, and this is the name which he was entered. Okay, and again once again I will run this program, and we will see. I will type the Neeraj. See here I just enter space and enter, so it's showing me nothing, hello space. What if I try to run this again? Neeraj, see hello Neeraj. This is how, like, we will take the input from the user and we will display, and we will use that name according to your requirements. Like means instead of hard calling the values, we can dynamically take the input from the user, and we can it can allow, like we can allow the users to interact with our program. Now this is for the string. What if we want to, like enter, if we ask the user to enter his name or enter your age, enter your enter your age. The age will be in the integers form, so I will give the data type as age equals to, okay, by using same scanner object sc. Okay, you can give the different name also here. This is only the variable name, so don't worry if we want to give the sc only. No, we can give the different name to that. Okay, now sc dot, due it is an integer, the age will be in the integer form data type, so here we need to use the next int. So the age was stored in the age. Now I will print that age, hello name. Here I will print you are, and here I will use that age and old. Okay, now see, by starting of the program I will explain. Okay, once again, here I have created one class. Inside the class I have created one main method. Okay, by using public static void main keyword, I have created one main method. Now when I run this program, I need to take the input from the user. Okay, I need to take the input from the user through the console. So for that I need the scanner class. I need the scanner class. To use this scanner class, first we need to import that class from our util package. This is a package, okay, util package. For that reason I have imported that scanner class. Now by imported that scanner class, first we need to create an object. Like, this is in a syntax, we need to create the object for any class. Now scanner, okay, sc, this is a variable name, so we can use that variable name, new, and the same class name. We need to take the input from the system, so I have given the system.in. Okay, by using this object we can take the input from the user. To display what to enter by the user, here I use the output statement. I have given him to enter your name. Okay, so by seeing this he will enter the name, and by using this object the name will be stored in this variable called name. Now, after entering the name, again I will ask him to enter your age. Then he will enter some data, and it will be stored in the age variable by using this object and this method. An extent will be used for the integers. Okay. Now, after when entering his age, and again I will print in his name and the age, like hello Neeraj or hello Rakesh. Here you are this much of old. Okay, let's see the program will works or not. Right click, run as Java application. See here, asking me the name, so I will give the name. So Neeraj. Again, it asking me the age, like 27. I will enter. See, it giving the string, which here by using whatever the name you have given and the age, it is printing me. This is called the dynamic programming. Like, dynamically, by using the user's data only, our program is interacting. Okay, based on our input, and again it giving me the output. So again I will run and I will give the different name like Rakesh. Okay, and the age of 30. See, hello Rakesh, you are 30 years old. So dynamically whoever runs, and based on the user input only, the output will be displayed like this. Okay, now now, like, by using float values also we can do. Like, here after your age, like I will use one more, system dot out dot print ln. Okay, like I will ask you to enter your height. enter your enter your height. Okay, enter your height. So the height will be in your decimal values also. Okay, in the decimal values also. So for that reason I'm using the float data type, and the variable name I'm giving as a height. So when the user enters, we need to use a when the user enters the data in the console, we need to take that by using this scanner object. So for that I am using sc dot, because the value will be in the decimals. Okay, like 5.5, 6.5. So I'm using the next float, and I will display that height also. Like, hello Neeraj, you are a of age with the height of, okay, here I will use that height, height, height. Mm, okay, and simple hard coding the values. Okay, now see, let me run this program again and we will see how it working with the decimals also. And run it again. And first it asking me the name, and I will give the some name. enter your age like 25, enter your height like 5.6. Enter. See, hello, Mansa. You are 25-year-old with a height of 5.6. Okay. This is how we can take the input from the user using through our console, and we can print it out through our console. So basically it tells us to we can interact with our program dynamically. Okay. Now this is how we can do, and I said earlier, right? These are all about the variables and the data types. Uh, this is what actually I need to explain in the yesterday's class, but today I have explained. And in the tomorrow's class, we will discuss about the operators. Okay, operators are nothing. We have different types of operators in the Java, like arithmetic, relational, logical operators. Okay, we will discuss about those operators. Those are nothing we can use. Like here we have different types of variables, right? So to perform any operation, like here we have variables. Okay, to perform any operations like additions, subtractions, all those values, right? So to perform those operations we use the operators. So we have different types of operators, and I will explain that in the tomorrow's class. Okay, now guys, all the links of the yesterday's class, all those previous two classes, we will share that in the group. Okay, we will share that in the group, and everybody join the WhatsApp group. Earlier I have shared, and again I will share that in the chat. Okay, I have shared in the chat. So join that WhatsApp group. By today's end, also today's class, also we will share. Okay, today's class also by the end of the today we will share that class recording link also. If you have any doubts, let me know, and we are done with this today's class. If you have any doubts regarding installations or the first class, you can ask me. You can ask anything in that group. Okay, join that group compulsory. By the end of the day we will share all the links of the three classes, and mostly I will share the two classes documents like what I have explained. I will share the examples also what I have done in the class. Okay, practice those 2 days codes. Okay, and thank you guys, but don't forget chain like all of you join the class. Sir, I'm actually a bit late for today's class. Thanks to Samhita. Don't worry, Samhita. Okay, I will share the today's class document. Static, see, static is nothing but inside the class we will declare the variables. Okay, to use that variable inside the different methods, like a main method, we can create the methods also, functions. It will come in the upcoming classes. So don't worry about the static. I will explain when the functions class will be discussed. Okay, Samhita. So to use the static variables in the different methods of our class, I will share the document, Samhita, so you can see, and I will explain the functions class also. Okay. Anybody have any doubts regarding installations? All of you are done with the installations, right? just create some basic program and just print something in your console, right, by running the project. Okay, so do such uh, practices, so you will get to know. And if you face any problems, so that you can just ping me in that group, Fratello Aurora group, and I will explain your issues. I think mostly the 30 members have joined in the WhatsApp group. uh, Whoever joined, let's share that link to your friends. Yeah, yeah, I will share the recording of the installations also, the day one and day two also. Don't worry. Let your friends, tell your friends to join this group, so that they will not miss those links and every information. Okay, guys, if you are done with your questions, then I will end the meeting. Thank you, guys.